The Cruise Zone, right here on Radio Now 95.3 FM.
Disconnect. I catch cruise forget. If you don't, you collect.
Disconnect.
All right.
And the catch cruise forgets.
Hey.
No disconnect.
All right, welcome back to the Cruise Zone with the Cruise Crew here on Radio Now 95.3 FM. Mario, who's on the cast? This is
Vader The Wildcard.
What's up?
How you feeling, Vader?
I'm great.
Good.
It's a pleasure. It's an honor to be here with you guys. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, so there's this thing about how your name sounds. Obviously, we've heard about the Dark Vader. Like this, like you literally you look like an impersonate. Like let's say, what's the word? Like literally you embody the name because you're literally on like black, and then you're looking at me with this eye.
I beg
with the full beard.
I beg the black is accidental. I beg.
I wonder why does black and black have such a bad stick?
It's not like a bad stick. It just has this like.
But I don't know, man. Like you wonder why people wear all black to funerals.
Well,
exactly.
Right.
There's a dark undertone.
Well,
with the whole costume and all of that.
We could get into the whole colorism thing, but of course, debut album. Congratulations. Of course.
Thank you.
To be frank, it was a great album. It was a great project.
I'm
just being frank.
I'm just all day long.
Djaji, let me have this moment.
All
please.
day. But of course, yes, it is a great project.
Thank you so much. I'm grateful.
Okay, so let's jump straight into things, right? Of course, let's start with the name, Vader The Wildcard.
Yes.
Right. So where did that come from?
The name Vader itself, it came up in the university. You know, one of my closest friends, his name is Anthony. He was the first one to go by Vader.
Right.
He was one. He used to go by. I can't remember exactly, but he was the first Vader.
Right.
And at some point, I also became Vader, so I put ice in front. I used to go by Ice Vader because at that point in time, everything was ice. We had Ice Prince, Iceberg Slim, ice. So
Okay.
I went by Ice Vader at that point in time, but it sounded too corny, so I removed the ice.
Right.
You guess so it was just Vader, you know. And at that point in time, I hadn't even seen Star Wars.
Really? Okay.
So like it was not a real.
So
reference.
it wasn't like he got his from Star Wars because
Right.
But it just sounded cool because we're all Vader. We used to we grew up together, so I just went by it.
What kind of? I'm really intrigued by that kind of friendship. Like, how long are you guys still friends presently?
Till this very day.
So at the moment, did he ever think that you stole the name from him?
Nah, it was we all had this. There was this we basically shared everything, and at that point in time, I didn't think that it was a big deal. There was a time where everyone, saying it was the Vader family and all that. There was one of our guys was Lord Vader, another was Kill Spills Vader, another was I was Ice Vader. Somebody, so it was just Vader.
So like
but later on they dropped it because they didn't need the name for anything. But I needed it for the rap persona I was portraying. Yeah, that was it. So, but the wild card came after I won the national rap competition. I won that as a wild card.
Right.
So Vector just started calling me the wild card, so I just added that.
Oh, so it's like Vader. You took a name and you earned a name.
Yeah, you get me.
Yeah, that's like
exactly.
It's almost poetic, really.
Exactly.
All right, so like jumping straight to you mentioned it already. So let's jump into it.
Okay, of course, Hennessy VS class, right?
Yes, sir.
You
Hennessy
won that
VS
in
class.
2017, and you had not been making music or rapping much earlier than that, correct?
No, I was already rapping. Bro, I was fine in my university. I was the best rapper in UI.
Right.
300 level, I was best rapper in
heard.
UI. 400 level, I was best rapper in UI. You get me? Yes,
I
but
heard.
I was only doing rap battles. I
Right.
wasn't like putting any records out or nothing like that. You get. But 2017, after I won the, Hennessy VS Club, I'm like, that was when my dad saw it was not a waste of time because I was working at that point in time. I had my 9 to 5.
Right.
Okay.
Right? But I was already contemplating quitting. I didn't know how to broach the topic with my dad. But the moment I won in national competition, I was like, more rap now.
Let me keep the music.
You can do this thing now. It was easier for me to tell him I wanted to quit and pursue music.
Right.
So it started off officially in 2017.
Right. Of course. What's the rigmaroles of an award or maybe even a reality show built around hip hop? Because already you have that intensity of the competition in just hip hop, and then all of you guys are in front of cameras and all of that. So what was that kind of experience for you, kind of dealing as a regular guy? Because I don't think you had been in the spotlight like that.
Well, it was crazy. But like I was already used to it. Like I said, I started rapping in the university, and it was mostly rap battles.
Right.
I was just battling. I was not putting any music out. I didn't write anything other than I wanted to decimate my opponent. So it was already a very familiar terrain for me. So the fact they said, we're going to battle and all that, I'm good.
So
it was just that we had to do it on air, so that was a different ballgame.
So fun fact, right? So I've heard that Vader literally has like a bag of shall I say notes, right? Notes of lyrics that he's written, and he's like, I just have this. On to the next one, even if I don't drop this. Is this true?
Yes,
Confirm.
I do. But I no longer I'm done with that phase of my life.
Okay.
Yes. I'm trying to leave all that behind. And I'm a changed man.
Okay.
I want to have fun with my music now, as exemplified in To Be Frank. You
Right.
see that on To Be Frank, there was no fights, there was no violence. I'm a preacher of love.
So you are no longer a man of war.
Not anymore. I want people to have fun, and I want people to listen to my music and see that I'm having fun making them. I don't want to be in that negative space anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So I'm sorry, Djaji. So you mentioned your dad earlier.
Yes.
Can you just tell us a little bit about your childhood and how it influenced the kind of music that you do now?
My childhood wasn't like the regular. Like I didn't have toys while growing up. I didn't have. My childhood wasn't till today. I don't know how to ride a bicycle.
Wow.
So my childhood was not like that. My childhood was filled with books. I read a lot of books. I had books. I had journals. I had years worth of newspapers that I was always reading. So it was books for me. That was how my childhood went. And I didn't really play much outside. Although later on they discovered I was very good at football. So it was football and books. That's all my childhood was about. So that's why maybe these days when I rap and people say I have a vast grasp on English vocabulary is due to
the fact that you read a lot.
The fact that I read a lot while growing up. So it's just I have an arsenal of words, that I just use.
All right. So jumping back to Hennessy VS class,
Yes,
like you said, being the wild card. So what did that really do for you? Right. So obviously as an artist, like you said, you've been rapping, doing rap battles, and then coming to the stage where it's like that you want to get something out of this.
Yes,
and
sir.
so what did that do for you?
Obviously gave me a platform. Somebody coming from relative obscurity, like nobody knew who I was, and then again I was coming from Ibadan. That's another thing. There's this way they look at us coming from Ibadan. They look at us as if we are not we're not
as cool or maybe
exactly
as
we're not cool kids, we're not hip. So many times when they hear some of us talk, they be like, are you really from Ibadan?
Right.
You get. So I've always had that, but the platform, the Hennessy VS class platform introduced me to a wider audience, and gave me a platform through which I could project my music and all of that. It was a perfect start for me, especially given the kind of music that I was making. I was making rap music, bar for bar rap music. So that was the platform that I needed with which to announce myself. So I'll forever be grateful for that. Forever, man.
I think you seem to be lucky in the way that you are able to find platforms, and talking about Ibadan, a particular platform that does really I don't know who it does is who, but of course talking about WeTalkSound. Yes. How did that community develop, and how have you been playing your role within it?
WeTalkSound, first off, is the biggest music community in the country.
Is that undisputed?
Undisputed. Ask anywhere. You already know.
Based on stats too.
Okay.
Yes, quote me. feel free to quote me. Understand? So it was founded by Dolakbo.
Shout out to Dolakbo.
Yeah, shout out Dolakbo, man. That's my G. So yeah, I was founded by Dolakbo. I joined about a week after they started. That was in 2016, and ever since I've been an active member. Right now I'm the relationship manager. WeTalkSound. So yeah, I think it's beautiful to see us go from not knowing what we were doing to what we are right now. It's crazy. It's unprecedented. You know. So I think it's stuff of dreams, and I think it was mostly due to the fact that we're outsiders. We're not aware of obstacles. We were just doing our thing. Okay. Right.
Let's just do this. Let's just do this because we want to do it.
Exactly. So it was just like that. And Dolakbo being a very resilient person, he never took no for an answer. He was always, fought right with what he wanted. And we're right here, man.
Okay, so debut album, right?
Yes.
Call it an album, right? Album, EP,
whatever. These days, the lines are blurred. We don't even so call it whatever you want to call it. It's fine.
Okay, so congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Like I said, being frank, it is an amazing project, right? I got the chance to listen to it before it dropped, and already I was like, Djaji, come hear this. Like,
cool.
Something is about to hit, right? So. How long have you been working on this project? And what was obviously I want to project a feeling, I want to project this. What were you trying to do with this?
This project is like 3 years in the making.
Wow. 3 years.
Yeah.
So that's like 2018? Do I know math?
Yeah,
2018. Wow.
So this project, 7 songs.
Right.
I literally picked 6 songs from 4 different projects that I had recorded over the past 3 years. Now I have 2 full-length studio albums that I've recorded already. I have 2 EPs that I've recorded already that I haven't dropped as well.
Wow.
So I just picked
What is it?
6 songs that I felt would portray my current mind frame, right? And then so the one I did with TGM,
right?
Checklist.
Yeah.
I just recorded that. That was the most recent one. I just recorded that one. Again. But the other ones were from previous projects that I have not dropped though. They are still there. Right? I just picked some. Okay. And what I was trying to portray on this project was I was trying to portray the fact that I was no longer in a space where I could be confined, or like people could say this is the only thing that this guy can do.
Right.
Like, this guy can only do bar for bar raps and lyrical rap and all that. I sing as well, and I also have different alter egos that rear their heads when I'm creating. Right. For example, Mr Wycard on Seke, right? That's my alter ego as well.
Right.
So I just felt like it was a perfect opportunity for me to like showcase, the variety
diversity
that my craft entailed. So that's why I put that out there. So it's like, if you look at that project, there's a song for everyone.
And I even think that's really interesting. You even mentioned, people thinking you go bar for bar, and I really want to, talk about that and talk of about how those different projects over time. But of course, we want the listeners to hear some of these records, and you just mentioned one, Seke with Tiwadara. Could you quickly tell us how that came about? And
okay,
I'm really interested in that hook, like that hook. Not the hook, the rap itself. Right. So it's really so let's say it's playful,
very playful.
Right. So tell us about it.
Yeah, like I said, this project afforded me an opportunity to project other parts of myself. So over time, people have this, and understandably so, they have this impression that I'm a very serious person. Like,
I was scared when I saw you. So
people, I don't laugh, and I'm like, yo, I'm the most unserious person you meet. Like, it's people who are closest to me know that I don't really have sense like that. But because they see me go on record and rap and do all these, they think it's not real. We are just trying to portray a character. You get that's a part of myself.
Right.
You get me? So
it's not your everyday person.
Exactly. My everyday person is actually more akin to Mr Wycard on Seke. You understand? That's mostly the kind of person that I am on a day-to-day, right? So that song, Seke, was from a project that I made exclusively for the Mr. Wycard persona. So all the songs on that project was Mr. Wycard. You understand?
So you're saying basically we might still get a completely Mr. Wycard
just might.
project.
You never know. You just might. You just might.
All right.
This is the Cruise Zone.